knowledge is power. Sort of. You know what I mean? Obviously, the more you learn, the more you can do, but organized knowledge, purposeful knowledge, learning things with the intent of making your life better, that is a superpower. Welcome to Build with Rob. It is your boy Rob Dyrdek, just out here living that fully optimized life, because that's really what it's about. I just want everybody to try to be a better version of themselves every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. How can we get better? How can we optimize this existence that is our fully integrated, multi-dimensional, extraordinary machine that is us? That's what this show is all about, as you know. Again, thank you for everybody that's been tuning in and listening. I appreciate how everyone that kind of finds the show ends up going back and listening to all the different shows. It's each show is relatively short. It's just a concept that's in my brain that I'm currently applying to my own personal system to make my life better on an ongoing basis. And I share them with you and hope that you just find a little piece of the action that I'm putting forward that you can apply to your own life. So again, like, subscribe, engage with us on all the social platforms, wherever you may find this content. Thankful for everybody that does tune in and connect with it. And again, it's a journey. It's a journey of continually getting better, and as you look back and on the journey, you always look at how infant your entire existence was 2 years earlier. You always think to yourself like, man, I thought I had it all figured out back then, and that doesn't even make sense now. That's basically the continual process of evolving into a better version of yourself. And look, one aspect that I've been thinking a lot lately about is this concept of organized, purposeful learning. What are you spending your time learning about? Because we don't necessarily consider all of this additional personal development and different aspects of our life that we're committed to, reading books and listening to podcasts and watching different things. We don't really think about how important that is to continually building a knowledge base that's leading us to a better version of our existing life, right? And to me, we oftentimes get caught wanting to spend a lot of our mental capacity and our ability to learn on stuff that we don't, I'd almost call it useless knowledge. Like, think about that, where you are spending all of your time trying to do research and fully understand every single thing about a Game of Thrones character and backstory and all this aspect of being caught up on your favorite show, versus dedicating that organized knowledge and that learning towards something that's creating value in your life, a new skill set, understanding yourself more, understanding your work more, understanding your time more. It's like these aspects of life that provide the fruit of a better life, that if you dedicate the time to learning more about, the rewards are so much higher, versus dedicating time to learning things that serve no purpose in your life. And I think, for a lot of people, they might be sad right now and say, oh, well, that's what I do for my hobby. I love World War II. I could name off every tank that was ever made from every country that was in World War II. It's just it's my hobby. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't use your limited mind share and mental capacity to enjoy certain things. But when you really think about how to live a ongoing better existence, it'll always be based off of what you are learning. If you want a better life, you have got to be incredibly intentional about what you learn. And if you organize what you learn into a framework that the more you learn about it, the more value it creates in your life, that is going to be the quickest and fastest path to realizing a better version of yourself, a better life, and your dreams in general. That's how important organized, purposeful learning can be for you. And you look at it from any aspect of what you're doing. This is, you look at organized knowledge from a financial aspect. You can look out and say, oh, like, I'm going to save some money and keep it in a savings account because, I don't trust anybody to manage my money, because you don't understand it. You don't understand it. So if you took the time to just simply go out and learn everything you could about investing to where you got comfortable, and then began investing and measuring that investment against the knowledge that you had learned, now you're creating value in your life. You now have a base of knowledge that you get to grow and evolve from. That allows you to get better and better in a more organized fashion. Will eventually one day you have a super complex investment strategy that you fully understand because you built the foundation of learning investing in the most basic form and then slowly gained more and more knowledge and moved it into a more complex state. And when you think about what that does to you and your quality of life, that's where the value becomes so clear with organized, purposeful learning. So if you decide, I want to learn about all things investing, and then you take the time to read on it and get a general understanding, then began to invest your money and create goals with that money, and then as you're watching that money grow and learning more about the investments, and now you're getting a more deeper understanding of what it'll actually take to grow it and what's happening in the market and how does it affect you. Now you're building this skill set that's not only helping you grow and build money and knowledge, but also security and peace of mind. And then you get that value forever. That's like the craziest thing about organized knowledge and purposeful learning, is that it's the gift that you get forever. You get it forever. When you choose something super specific to learn that's adding value to your overall existence, whether it be in health, whether it be in money, whether it be in your life, anything that you direct learning in a specific way that's creating value to your existence, you get the value of that for the rest of your life because you learned it with the intent of it feeding your overall life and ultimately making you a better person. And then once you have it, you now have that knowledge base that you get to grow from and add more complexity and deeper understanding of yourself and the world around you, which, essentially is that first step towards self-mastery, is always going to be based off of knowledge. And when you think about organized knowledge from an energy standpoint, the more you understand something and don't have to think about it, the easier it is. I think even for me, for years I never understood money or even thought about how the money that I was saving and had with investment brokers, of what it was even doing, because I didn't know anything about it. And then what was it actually doing to me? It was draining me. When I would think about talking about my money, it would suck the soul out of me. I would hate to go and get the statement each month and not fully understand what the statement looked like, and then know I had to meet with the broker every quarter, and then look at complain about, I guess I have less money now. Like, why do I have less money now? Oh, it's like, this kind of happened in the stock market. Oh, it's like, is that where I'm at in the stock market? Think about how dumb that sounded. Think about how dumb that sounded. And that's the case for a lot of people on a lot of different levels, but that's how my mind understood it. And so it drained me. It was difficult. And I had no understanding of like how or why I would even do it, what I even needed to learn, because I never tried. I never said like, hey, you're growing up here, and rather than just putting your money with somebody, you need to really take the time and effort to understanding the different asset classes and what their expected returns are, and where you want to create a strategy so that you can grow your money in a meaningful, understanding way, rather than just being at the whims of what a broker says and hoping for the best on whatever's happened in the economy, and then just dealing with them saying, oh, this is just what it is, and me having no understanding of it. That is an energy drainer, and again, you think about almost any aspect of your life. When you do it in the very beginning and you don't understand it, it's so much harder and so much more difficult. But when you put some structure to it, you begin to understand it, you begin to learn it, now you begin to do it, now it becomes much easier, now you figure out how to make it better and better. That is the path of purposeful, organized knowledge that leads to an optimized version of yourself in the future, if you guide it and do it with purpose. If you look at your health and understand not just dieting, but what are all the things that you need to eat in order to be the healthiest, best version of yourself. Figuring that out and trial and error of that in the beginning is quite difficult. Because you just don't know. Oh, it's like, should I eat salads and have shakes? And then it's like, oh, you find out it's like, oh, I just ate a donut and salad dressing and just had like six helpings of ice cream with this shake. It's the process of these different types of things you need to begin to understand, and then measure back to how is it helping you and making you become a better version of yourself, versus putting so much time and energy into learning things that are going to serve no purpose in your quality of life. And I look back at so many different aspects of things that I put energy into learning about that did not serve the quality of my life. And I think about, especially when I was younger and I made like the hardest golf run. When I was younger, I think about like, look, at this point in my life where I track all of my time and I understand the value of every hour and like decide when I make a decision on where to spend that hour, is it worth it, right? Because again, that is the beauty of tracking all of your time. You begin to understand the value of every single one of those hours, and then you make decisions on how you use those hours clearly and intently based off of, is it going to serve the quality of your life today? When I was younger and I didn't track time, boy, would I waste time. And when you waste time, you end up doing all types of things and spending all this energy and mind sharing, learning things that are irrelevant to pushing your life forward. And for me, at one point, one of those was golf. You know what I mean? I was reading everything you could on golf and just, spending. Look, I would golf twice a day some days. Like, I remember when I sprained my ankle, I was so relieved because I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. I have an excuse not to skate. So like my sponsors and everybody won't wonder why I'm not skating. I'll be like, oh, I folded my ankle. But it was just not bad enough to where I could still walk so I could golf. So instead of trying to rehab and like get better so I could push forward my skate career, I used this injury as an opportunity to golf twice a day. And when I think about the amount of time and energy that I put into spending hours on the golf course and learning everything about golf in an effort to just be as good as I possibly could be at this particular hobby, It seems insane to me today. Because I've gotten to such a place where time is valued at such a high level, and everything that I want to learn is really just about how is it serving me continually living this highly optimized, amazing existence. But at one point, going through the hours of dedication of something that was really just a hobby, it seems insane to me now. And so many people do it. And I would implore to everybody, when you think about your life and where you spend your time, really getting deep on fully understanding and deciding on what you want to learn, that you look to do it in the aspects of your life that are going to create value and lead you to a better version of yourself. And that you can sit here and think of all of the things that you wish you understood better, that would make your life easier, that would, take pressure off you, whether it be finances or, something to do with your health or some other aspect in your relationship or whatever it may be. There are all of these things that you can continue to learn that serve making your quality of life higher and higher. But most people just go through life learning random things and filling up all that space and don't even think about how much actual energy they're wasting on building a knowledge set about something that truly is not creating any value for them. And to me, it's it's something that requires awareness, right? Like, you have to have organized knowledge awareness. You've got to be able to look at yourself and look at all the places that that you could continue to grow and get better at. Then break down the things that you actually need to learn, so that you can begin to learn those in a more methodic way, that you can apply it to your life, that makes your life better. That's ultimately, the beauty that is this universe of ours that is infinite knowledge. Because, the craziest thing is, in this quantum field, there is infinite knowledge. In the quantum field, there is infinite knowledge. Down at the lowest level of the waves in string theory, it is just filled with information and endless knowledge that you have access to. You have access to every bit of knowledge that exists in the universe. But you have got to decide what it is that you want to learn, and how learning that is going to lead you to a better future experience in your life. And that's what you want to hunt, and you want to continually find those things that are important, that can help you be a better version of yourself, and then learn those and add those to your overall self-mastery, because that's ultimately how you get to that place of learning all aspects of yourself, your reality, and your world, so that you are always in that beautiful, high energy, harmonious state. So think about that. You know what I mean? Think about that. Take a handful of things that that you could learn right now to make your life better, and go do it. That's all I'm asking. I do it on an ongoing basis, and I think it'll be super helpful when you begin to look at your life through that lens and organize what you intend to learn, and make sure that it's always serving your life getting better and better. So that's what it's all about around here. We just want to get better and better and better and better till the day that we die. Appreciate you as always being with me. You know what it is. I'm always looking deep out into the future, always running as fast as I can, and always giving it all I got. Until next time, see it, believe it, do it.